Hello, my name is Connor and I'm a game design student. Today I'm going to talk about a game that, despite its simple design, had a massive impact on online multiplayer gaming. It's fast, competitive, and surprisingly addictive. The game I chose for this video essay is Agar.io. It was released in 2015 by Matthias Valadares. Agar.io is a multiplayer game where you control a small cell and you consume smaller cells to grow, and you also avoid being eaten by larger ones. There are no levels, no storylines, just pure competition. The game's core mechanics is movement and strategy. You could split into multiple pieces to move faster or eject mass to manipulate your size. The reason I chose this game is because it perfectly represents the appeal of minimalist design in gaming. On the surface, it's just circles moving around on a grid. There are no complicated mechanics, no fancy graphics, and yet it creates an intense competitive experience that keeps people hooked. The simplicity makes it incredibly accessible. Anyone could play it instantly, but mastering it's a whole different challenge. Beyond that, Agar.io was one of the first massively popular .io games. It practically invented the genre games that are lightweight, browser-based, and focus on real-time competition. If you've played any other .io games, you've seen the influence of Agar.io. Its success showed that you don't need a big budget or complex mechanics to create something engaging and memorable. Another fascinating aspect is how Agar.io encourages social interaction. Players form temporary alliances, communicate through in-game actions, and sometimes even betray each other for survival. This adds a psychological layer to the game that makes it even more addictive. Plus, its viral success wasn't just because it was fun. It was meme-worthy. It spread across YouTube and social media, turning it into a shared experience for millions. Discussion question 1. Do you think the rise of simple, competitive games like Agar.io signals a shift away from traditional story-driven games, or do you believe both have their place in gaming? Even though Agar.io was so successful, I still believe that they both have their own place in gaming. Discussion question 2. How much of a game's success depends on its mechanics versus how it spreads socially? Would Agar.io have been as popular if it wasn't for YouTube and memes? I think it still would have been popular, but without YouTube and memes, it wouldn't have been nearly as popular as it was.